Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Thursday, March 11th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. All right, come on in. Looking forward to seeing everybody tonight. Welcome to the gallery of people who are watching up in the balcony. Good to see everybody. Let's see here. Quirky is in the room and you love it. All right. And let me just check my settings real quick, guys. Quirky Lila. Hey. And Lila just got her brood funner pencils today. Yay. Hi, Sandra. Good to see ya. Hopefully I'm sounding nice and clear again tonight. Yeah, brute funner is great. I'm loud and clear? Okay. Let me work on the volume. Is that any better? Nice and clear? Okay. Yeah, this different headset that I got is just so much better. And my router comes in tomorrow. I got my new modem, still found out that my broadcast speed was wrong. Talked with the techs, and they told me it was my router, which hasn't been updated in oodles of years. Well, I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. You know, as we get older, we have a little bit of a problem with that. And you guys know I'm very, very serious about what I do and everything that goes with it, so that's great. All right, so announcements. Yeah, more or less getting technical. Yeah, the tech guy that helped me, it was so funny. I had him ping the system while I had him on the phone. Yeah, we'll get that fixed. and I had them ping my system. You can run a speed test on your phone. You just do a search on Google speed test, and found out it was still low, and then we started talking about my router. And my router is old, so I had to get that fixed. Yeah, Maddie's got a printer because of the group. Yeah. Okay, announcements. The 16th. Dawn and I will be doing a duet in coloring. We'll get that image to you. Yeah, have his tech guy and his other half join our group. Very good, Sandra. Yeah, and you know, I just never really gave it any thought. So, getting this stuff straightened around. Yep, the 16th, the 18th, and the 25th. And I've got another surprise for you guys. I have a tentative agreement from Melba Carter. She is going to come in the 23rd. And she is very skilled. Yeah, but wait, there's more. So we're talking about the 23rd, and she will be in here, and she will be doing a demonstration with acrylic paint and talking about it. She's got a very, very rich background in the arts. She actually represented companies and went around representing product. So she absolutely knows her stuff. So we'll get her in here to yak at us. Oh, Lila. How many packages? That is so funny. I wonder if some of that stuff is what was missing. Okay, so tentative date. I'm not announcing it yet until I know for sure. So Melba will be on the 23rd as soon as I confirm with her. So I'm pretty excited. Oh, Sandra, yeah, this will be a opportunity then to talk to her. Okay. So let's get coloring. And don't forget, guys, please share. We want everybody to know about our events coming up. Hi, Helen. Alrighty. So this is our Jeff Haynie book. I've got to get some of this stuff posted for you because I promised you that I would tell you about those sheet protectors that I got, which I absolutely love. Oh, yeah. So this is from Whimsical Fantasy Cats. And we had a grand time coloring this and putting the bling on it. And I've got a few more mice to do on it. I really would like to get it done. All right. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, Helen. The time difference is the killer. I don't know, maybe you should just do it once a week. But you love us, Helen. That's why you keep showing up. And we have a lot of fun while you're in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's work on a couple of these mice. That's right, Maddie. When Helen, you can't sleep, then just tune in. Okay, zoom in. And let me just double check that. We'll get that taken care of. Zoom in. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get these little mice done. I'm so in the mood to do them, get them done. And actually, guys, this is a good example of what I tell you all the time, is that I wasn't in the mood to finish these guys up, and so I left it sit. Okay. Oh, the missing books in the container showed up, Lila? Yeah, tell Amazon that you got it. Yay. I'm so happy you got that stuff back. Yeah, this purple is fantastic. Zoom out. Zoom out. Yeah, when Jeff saw this, he said he liked the purple too. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think what I'm going to do, zoom in. Is I'm going to keep the hats relatively consistent, which means gold. But remember, no flat coloring. So I'm going to go ahead and use the different shades of gold. Oh, they replaced your order. So the order you got today is a replacement. Gotcha. Okay, so let's pop down to, no, pop up to this one. That was fast. I really, you know, from that standpoint, I really feel for Amazon. How many people get their stuff and then they say they never got it? I don't want to go down that path. Hey, we're all pulling up to our coloring table tonight. We're enjoying ourselves. Okay, so even on these hats, guys, yeah, I know they keep records. If you return too many things, they start having issues. I've got to return that headset. I hate returning things. I just don't. Okay, so on the mice themselves, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of brown and gray coloring. And actually, on that hand, that's a glove, so we're going to do a glove. We are going to do a glove. Oh, you got little wooden bumblebees. We'll take a picture and post with a link to Amazon. Okay. This is a previous mouse that I've done. I'm going to add a little bit of gray on that one. Do you guys realize that for the next 3 weeks, your minor operation went very well, no pain? Of course. Of course. God had you in his hand. Thank you for updating us. I meant to ask you. Thank you, Sandra. Let's see here. So for the next 2 weeks, we are booked with artists and color alongs. Well, artists. That is cool. How are you feeling now, Sandra? You feeling okay now? I mean, obviously enough to come in. Okay, so the mice, gray and the brown. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little puppies. Zoom in. And you guys told me that you would like to have representatives from the Polychromos and Prismacolor, which is Of course, Faber-Castell. I'll be working on that. But I always need to hear back from you guys. You have a COVID test tomorrow as precaution, right, for visiting the hospital. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put some red gloves on this guy because I want the contrast on the hat. And then in the plume, I'm going to go ahead and pop in just a hint of orange. Well, that's why I asked you guys the other night, a week ago, I think, or 2 weeks ago, if you'd like to hear from people like that. And what I want from them is I want demonstrations of product. And then, of course, let's see if I can just drop everything. Demonstration of product. And then some unique ways of using it. Okay. So I've got a hint of orange in here. Now, don't forget your pens. Your different colored pens. The ones from Pilot G2. And you can go ahead and parallel your black pen with your orange in this case. And what I had done was I took, what did I take? I took my Posca at the time and I put it over the top, and then I took my black pen and drew in the extra feathers. Let's see here. So there's a little tip for you there. And then anywhere that you have any gaps, just go back with your purple and fill that in. So again, don't forget your colored pens. If you have, you know, I found out that my markers, even my water-based markers, don't play nice with my pens. So that's where you go ahead and you use your colored pens to fix that. Okay. And we've got a very dark area on this headband, so I don't want to use anything dark. We'll just go ahead and light that up with a little yellow. And I'm also taking my yellow over the brown on the hat itself. All right. Zoom out. acid reflux and not a heart attack. Oh, I'll bet you that hospital emergency room really moved. Yeah, that mouse is really cute. Okay, now the neat thing about this piece is these mice are somewhat hidden, which makes them fun because you discover them. So I'm not going to worry about making them too visible. Zoom out. Okay. Yeah, we had fun doing that bling on that mask, didn't we? Zoom in. And again, I'm going to go ahead and keep these hats relatively similar. And I want you to think about that, guys. Well, at least with the EKG and the blood test, they know his health is pretty good. That is a weird angle for this mouse. Okay, nose, eye, ear. Okay. Jeez, Jeff, we need to talk. Yeah, I mean, it was an upsetting event, Maddie, but when he went in, they did all those tests and found out that he basically is okay from the other standpoints. So that's the, silver lining in that. And he did that, you guys did the right thing. Chest pain, emergency room, no question. They would rather have you come in and find out it's indigestion or acid reflux or whatever than not come in and, die. All right, zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, so notice here that I'm putting some streaks in this hat. Just to give it a little bit of oomph. So if your brother-in-law is fussing about the whole event, tell him it's a blessing in disguise. Shepherd's pie. Yeah. Oh gosh, guys. Are you going to bring up food now? Oh, yeah, that's our running joke. We always end up talking about food. Okay. So let me... Well, and Maddie, there's another good thing about that he will take what they tell him to heart. You know that men particularly can be very stubborn about going to see a doctor, and sometimes you just gotta whack them over the head with it. Oh yeah, air fry, yeah. I've got an air fryer. When Mark and I were together, I woke up one night and I was listening to his breathing, and he literally was stopping breathing. He would inhale and exhale, and then he wouldn't inhale again. So I was waiting to see what was, a little bit to see what was going on. And turns out that he has sleep apnea. Oh, air fry eggs. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. And I hounded him. To get to the doctor. And I told him, I said, he literally stopped breathing. And you can't mess with that. Oh, guys, look at this real mice cat. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I have the hats basically being a uniform color. Is Richard on a CPAP? Oh, loud machine to sleep with. Loud, really? That surprises me. Mark's was never loud. Maddie, you need to check into that loud machine. It shouldn't be. Okay. CPAP is loud for sensitive sleepers. All right. I get it. Okay. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the green now in the mask and the shirt. Oh, Lila, you're sensitive? Okay. Yeah, Maddie, you might want to have that machine checked out. Oh, okay. She can't sleep. Has she been checked for sleep apnea? All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put in my shades of green. According to the grayscale here. I agree with you, Lila. Either machine is old or his mask doesn't fit his face properly and the air is leaking out around it. Well, that's too bad about her smoking. Okay, green mask. So as you can see now, I'm paralleling the mask on the main cat. You'll see that in a second when I pull out. Oh, it does sound like air leaking. There is no way that air should leak. It's got to go all the way in, you know, obviously. I never understood CPAPs that just go over the nose. It should go over the nose and the mouth. Completely seal it off. And you know what, guys? This is why I love this group so much, is that when topics like this come up, we all can help. All right. So now I'm going to go back and put in my gray and a little bit of that brown. I really want you guys to get away from single color coloring. Either you shade with your pencil, you use different shades of the similar color, or you use the two colors that I'm using. Excuse me. Dimension, detail, depth, right? Zoom out. Then he blows air in your face. Yeah. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, so does everybody see now that we've got the main cat with the green and also the mouse down here with the green? So I'm going to pop in a little bit of red with this marker. And if you notice, it's got that little heart. Zoom in. It's got that little heart, so I'm just going to leave that sit. Yeah, this picture is coloring up beautifully. And we'll put some gold on the end of the sword, or on the cuff, actually. Well, yeah. And we'll go with a little yellow on there, just on that handle. And we'll get that sword also colored out. And when you put yellow on the sword, guys, go ahead and... Oh, Lila, I've always been on the bling side. Wait till you see what I do with the liquid pearls, guys. I'm so excited. to use that. Zoom out. Rita from Guatemala. Oh, Rita, I hope you don't mind when I do that. It just makes me laugh. Guatemala. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead. Let's see here. Let me get out my stuff. I got lots of stuff. Stuff. Let's see what I got. Okay, Rita. I don't know why that amuses me when you walk in just to say that. Guatemala. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, our top mask has the bling on the outside, the glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and just put just a little bit on the bottom one as well. Laughter restores us. Yes, it does. Zoom out. And I've got the little glitter on the handle as well. I showed you how to zoom in. Zoom in. I showed you how to color the gold handle, and then I just put the little red dots on there to give that the dimension and the depth. Pretty soon, Fantomé, New Mexico. So, are you going to be in here when you're in Santa Fe? All right. And actually, well, that heart is so small, I really can't do too much with it. All right, we'll leave that out. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right. No, I didn't put any gemstones on this one. Nope, this is all with the glitter. Oh, you will see us in Santa Fe. Yay. Yeah, that's all glitter. So Dawn's in here. I didn't see your name go by. Hi, Dawn. Okay. So I'm going to work in golds and browns on this little guy. I just really wanted to finish this. Sneak some glitter glue past Richard. Okay, now I'm using brown on the outside here of this gold. And notice how I'm adding the streaks. I got it from Amazon. Zoom out. Let me show it to you again. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. There you go. That's what I got. I did not buy the stickles. I love stickles, don't get me wrong, but they're so expensive. So you can do a screenshot. Did you get it? 2-ounce bottles. Yep. Now, it is a little thinner, but I just layer it. You got to really shake it up when you use it. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right, now notice on these mice, except for the first one, well, even on the first one, I went with the gold hat. So I just wanted a uniformity with all of them. Okay, that's the mouse. That is a weird looking mouse. It almost looks like a camel. Oh, okay. And then notice here I'm repeating my strokes with my marker to make that glove a little darker on the side. And I'll also repeat the strokes right here to get some of that depth in the collar. Here we go. Yeah, his cheek could be. And then I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of tinting of blue. On the feathers. So that will tie in. Now, I'm going to start my cat out in yellow because I want that little bit of difference on the shirt. And then I'm going to take a brown, very narrow brown, and outline that just a tad. Zoom in. So we'll go ahead and highlight the ears. And then the cheeks a little bit. You don't want too much on here. There we go. Zoom out. Oh, there it is. This is a beard right here. I got it. Zoom in. Zoom in. So this is a beard right here. Look at that. Okay. And then this is the nose and the mouth, and then the rest of the mouth. I got it. So I'm going to hit that with a little bit of pink. There we go. And that beard. I'll go ahead and darken that a little bit. There we go. And the mouse has little, dots on the nose. So I'll go ahead and add those, and that'll tie in the beard and everything together. I got it. I got it. Whoop. Don't mean to wiggle you, sorry. And then we'll go ahead and pop in a little bit of pink on the ear. There we go. Much better. Cool. And then on the sword, play around with that just a little bit. I'm using the narrow tip end of my marker. These are my ohuhus that have the brush on one end and then the narrow tip on the other. And we'll go ahead and tint the handle in the golds. And actually, that one part that I made the blues, the light blue, that actually is part of the glove, so I got to get that back here. There we go. And then the hand is holding the sword. There we go. That makes more sense. Zoom out. So you can see now how everything is meshing together beautifully. And I think that since these two mice are bringing their swords together and both have the same shirt on the front, I'm going to go ahead and do those, the second mouse, in the similar colors. And then we'll darken that area up here a little bit there with just repeated strokes. Is everybody comfortable with darkening with markers and shading with them? It's so simple to do. See, I just did it right here on the edge of the tummy. So you've got your Krylon on your piece first, right? And then you can smudge your colors together, and then you can go back and darken with your marker. Well, that's fine, Maddie, but you want to be comfortable with all mediums. And then I'll go ahead and darken this on the edges. So that we're similar. Maddie, the worst thing you can do is get so comfortable with one medium that you don't use anything else. You know I mix them all the time. Alright, so we've got our yellow face here. And then I will hit that with just a little bit of brown when that dries. Zoom out. So same thing on the ears, around the edge a little bit, around the cheek a little bit. And now we've got these two cats here that are similar on the fronts of the shirts. All right, zoom in, zoom in. Okay. Pop a little pink on the nose. Pop a little pink in the ear. And then we've got our two similar pieces. Okay? Our similar mice. And let me do the sword, hand. I missed his other glove. Oh, the one I just did. Yeah. Yeah, I did it before you were able to tell me. Thank you. And then we'll go ahead and just put a little bit of gray on the swords. Not too much. How cool. Oh, I'm so glad to finish this. Zoom out. Zoom out. Doesn't that look cool? And now I'm just giving it an eyeball. Just to kind of check things. Hi, Daisy. Okay. And you guys know, although I haven't told you this in a long time, is just turn your pieces upside down and take a look at it. And then we had a post the other day about, I think it was Lila, I'm not sure, with the suggestion to take a picture of your piece and look at it. And I'm looking at it on the monitor, which is another way of doing it. And I do need to replace my glitter on this one mask because I did get into it. So I think we got a good do on this one, guys. I love teaching it to you. And like I said, oh, what's the great news? I missed it. I got big news. Me and my son tested negative for COVID. Oh, well, of course. We prayed for you, remember? That's how we do that. I think we're calling this one done. That one was quite a project. You're welcome, Daisy. We've got a powerful room in here. I've got a group of ladies that are comfortable praying with me. So we've got, I think, I'm going to say 5 or 6 people that are praying all at the same time. All right, guys, that's our piece for Jeff. And I know you guys were surprised that I put the orange in there, but look how cool that cape looks. And I showed you how to shade that. Hi, Pearl. I missed you earlier to say hello. And the really neat thing is, even though that purple is pretty bright and pronounced, it really doesn't fight with the picture. So we don't have really one area over the next that is dominating. And that's what's really cool about it. Alrighty. see here what we got. Zoom out. Oh, I don't know if I'll send it to Jeff. We'll see. I mean, he's seen a bunch of them. Actually, he has seen this. He has seen this one, actually. The only thing that wasn't done on it was the mice. Coffee time for Sandra, that's right. Okay. Hi, Brooke. About time you got in here, sweetie. Okay. Sandra K. Hello, hello, hello. You can't find the glitter glue on Amazon? What's wrong? Is it sold out? Yeah, Vicky's saying hello. Alrighty. So I'm going to clack at you a little bit. Now, this picture is on the reverse of that picture. And I have to go back and look and see what this is from. So, excuse me that I don't remember what that one's from. Yeah, this one's turning out really well. I love these flowers. All right, let me spray this little bugger. Let me erase a couple things off of it first. I'll play with the background tonight on this one. Miss Canada, that's right. Okay. I have to have, you know what I need to do, guys? I need to have a Krylon representative come in here. And then maybe they'll send me some free samples of their fixative. That's the way to do it. That's the way they do it on the MTV. Oh, remember that song? All right, let me dry this. Yeah, now get to work. That's right. Yeah, anytime, guys, that you see a product like, you know, the Ranger stickles and stuff, I like to always look for a comparable product. That's how I found out that I could go ahead and buy the odorless mineral spirits at my local hardware store instead of buying that little teeny tiny bottle. Give me a second while I put some of this stuff away. Yeah, you better post your wooden bees. And post the link, Lila. All right, give me 1 second here. This is why I get into trouble, because I flip projects and then I don't put away my pencils from the previous ones. And then Stacy yells at me for my dirty desk. Messy desk. They'll say messy desk. It's a messy desk. I've got to post those sleeves that I got. I love those things. I got a lot of my stuff in them. That heavy duty sleeve. Okay. So if somebody recognizes this, tell me what book it's from. I'll look this up. I know I put a keyword dandelion on there. And we're switching clocks forward on, yeah, Sunday. That's so funny. I haven't seen too many posts about that. Okay, let's play. Let's play. So what I'm going to do is I've got these really neat leaves here in the dark green. And I've got this really nice purple here. I'm going to go ahead and do these top pieces in purple. Zoom in. Oh, and I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I love it. Zoom out. Zoom out. It works beautifully. Zoom in. Oh, it's Mother's Day. Really? Well, happy Mother's Day. I wonder why clocks don't go back uniformly all over the world. Because it's different seasons in different parts of the world. That's why. I just had to think that through. Duh. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bracket this green with purple. So what's your daughter doing for you special, Sandra, for Mother's Day? Oh, guys, excuse me. I've got to use a tissue. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy here with all those stupid clock changings. A lot of people were unhappy with it. It messes people up. Some people actually have heart attacks because of the change. Some people who are sensitive with sleeping have problems with it. Am I allergic to you? Allergic to cat? No, I'm not allergic to you. Hey, but I was commenting to Jeff the other day that because of having to do the video stuff, are we not in contact with each other a little more? Now, not family, obviously. But we've all learned new, unique ways to keep in touch with each other. Okay, so what I want you to see here is you need to watch where I'm putting that highlight. Everybody see that? So I'm going to have that highlight running through. And you guys know how I've always told you to keep that line. Yeah, we're all in touch virtually. We're having a great time in this group. Everybody see how this edge is ragged? You know, I've told you that. You don't ever want to end it in a straight line. Not only do you not want to end it in a straight line, you know, you just don't want it going like up this way. Remember that day I did that girl with the hair project and the highlights? And we had to line up the highlights with it. I think the neat thing too is if this had to happen, that a lot of older people are being taught how to use their computers and technology to keep in touch with family. Thank you, Brooke. Do, 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 do. So I've put my music on random play, and that way you guys can hear different things in the background. Okay. Now, notice in between when I color that I brush the page. Why? Because sometimes with your pencils you get crumblies. And you want to get those crumblies out of there. And the reason for that is as you move your paper towel, you don't want to put your paper towel on top of crumblies. Okay. Now, what do I always tell you about ending a color? Zoom in. What do I tell you about ending a color when it comes up to something like this? Somebody tell me. And I'm going to get a drink of water. Sandra's got it. Never end a color if you can help it behind something. So I'm going to pull that purple just a little bit past that. There we go. See how much better that looks, guys? Now, if you can't help it, obviously, you got to leave it. Oh, I didn't realize that was a new thing for you. Yeah. Yeah, if you end a color behind something like this stem, it looks wonky. See how much better it looks that I carried it through? Even though I had to shift this up a little bit, my white spot, that's okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so I've got to wiggle my camera a little bit. There we go. All right. I didn't realize it was new for you guys. And like I said, if you can't help it, you can't help it. But just do everything that you can to not do it. So here's another spot. Zoom in. Zoom in. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to bring that purple past that stem. And it'll look better. All right. Zoom in. There we go. Yeah, there's something about purple. Zoom in. Now, this point right here is going to be a little bit touchy. So I'll bring my purple up to it. And then sharpen my pencil. And then go ahead and bring that up in between the flowers. And then bring this up just a little bit. Now, if you're having problems with teeny tiny areas like this, just grab a marker and use that teeny tiny end, your micro end. My feeling about product is this: anything that's going to do the job is fine. So if you have to grab a marker and fill in a little teeny tiny spot or an area, no big deal, right? Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. So here we have another area. Zoom in. Zoom in. And notice I'm coming right up to the green, and then I'm going to bring just a little bit of purple down. What a difference, right? All right. Hi, Wanda. Da, da. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, everybody see now how we're having a really neat coloring combination between this purple here and then up and over here, right? And then back down again. This whole coloring combination is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't want you to ever feel that you have to go 100% with what something should quote unquote be, like plants green, whatever, trees brown. In an instance like this, it's cool to do something a little bit different. Thank you, Wanda. Zoom in. By the way, do you guys know who Andy Gill is? He's an illustrator. Your brother-in-law is Andrew Gill. I was just curious if you guys knew who he was. He does drop dead gorgeous, yeah, work. He is an illustrator who colors his stuff. Yes, a colorist. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. Yeah, realism art. I mean, it is, oh my gosh, it is just out of this world. What's on black background? Are you talking about this, or are you talking about Andy Gill's work? Wanda, Andy Gill, right? Okay. Yeah, that if you're talking about him, yeah, Andy. Yeah, his stuff on black. Oh. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blender pencil and I'm very lightly going to bring down, zoom on, zoom down, zoom in, excuse me, zoom in. I was just curious because I was looking at his work the other day, Wanda. You were asking me why I was asking. And he deserves to be known. Okay, so now I'm blending together my lighter areas here of this purple. Oh, Pearl, thank you very much. Now, again, do not press hard with your blending pencil, guys. You don't need to. I missed one of these. Okay, let's fix that. And let me sharpen this pencil here, this blender. Zoom in. Oh, Pearl. No biggie, you know it goes to video. We're glad to have you in here when, excuse me, when you can make it. Zoom out. All right, Pearl, good night. Okay, so I blended the colors together. Now we take a white pencil, and you guys see how soft this greenery looks down here, and the feathers look very soft. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white pencil zoom in. And now I'm going to get that very soft look, feathery, soft, feathery look. of these leaves. And the reason that that's important is because that fits in with the whole theme of what this coloring is all about, which is softness and feathers. Everybody see now how that is really changing the look of this whole piece? All right, let's look at the whole thing now. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. And now, anywhere where I'm missing my color, of course, I'll just go ahead and pop that in. But what I want you to see, hi Ronnie, but what I want you to see is by putting that white pencil now over the top, it softens everything. And if you want to go back and just darken the tips just a little bit more, that's where you can touch up just a little. Thank you, Ronnie. And by going back with your purple now on top of your leaves, oh, I knew somebody was going to ask me that. Lila, do me a favor and do a search in our group, type keywords with an S, and then type in dandelion. It's Johanna Bosford's, and I don't remember which one it is. That's the other side of it that I did for you guys. Oh no, that's okay, Ronnie, because I was going to do it afterwards anyway to find out when I go ahead and post this. So if somebody, dandelion or dandelions, if somebody could search that for me, I would appreciate it. I want to say World of Flowers. Okay, everybody see now how I'm bringing back that purple a little bit? I'm pretty sure it's World of Flowers. Okay. In fact, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Okay. I really have gotten better about putting the name on the back so I don't embarrass myself on video, on live. Oh, what the heck. Oh my. Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right, give me one more second here. So out come the oil pastels. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit in my container here. And I've got my spongies. And I'm going to go ahead and start creating my background. Zoom in. Now, I could also have used my gelatos. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my sponge applicator. Lila, did we lose you? Put a little bit of my mineral oil on there. Okay, if you search in our group and search on keywords dandelion, that'll tell you what this back page is, where that's from. So you need to search it in the group, in our group. Now, the neat thing about this mineral spirits, I just put a little bit on my sponge applicator and it's going a long way. So in other words, I can just smear it. Yeah, just go in our group, guys, and search on dandelions, keywords dandelion. Okay, I'll look for it later. Zoom out. Okay, everybody see how beautifully smooth this is coming out now. I'm gonna sneeze again, excuse me. Oh, Maria Trolle. What's the book? Thank you, Wanda. Botanicum. Thank you, guys. You're the best. Now, as I get closer to the flowers, I'll go ahead and use pencil. Zoom in. And I want you to see how smoothly and beautifully this comes out with these oil pastels background now. Yeah, it's the chemicals. It's making me sneeze. Now, I'm going to pop in. No, they're oil pastels. Soft pastels are chalk. No, they're not water soluble, they're oil. Now notice how I'm using the lighter blue near the flowers. Yeah, these are not, the ones I have are not water soluble. You have to use the mineral oils. There are water soluble and there are non-water soluble. And the reason that I'm using these is I wanted a baby's behind smooth background. Ronnie, not necessarily easier to use. It just depends on how you use them. Your water-soluble pastels could be used beautifully with a paintbrush. Now again, guys, I'm not pressing hard at all. Very, very softly. I need a new one. Here. Excuse my arm. And by using the very edge of this instead of the flat part, I'm able to pretty much get in between these flowers. It's really amazing how much control you can have. You wouldn't think with a sponge like this that you could do that, but you can. And again, you do not need much solvent at all. I mean, I'm just putting a little bit on my sponge. All right, let's take a look at this. Zoom out. Look how beautiful that looks. And anywhere that you want to add a little tinge of color, there you go. And notice too, you'll get there, Ronnie. And what you can do is take another blue and put it on top of your previous blues. Okay. So right now, yes, I'm using mineral spirits. That's correct, because of these being the oil pastel. And it does not take a lot at all. I've got a teeny tiny, see that? I've got a teeny tiny cupful here. Okay. Now I'm going to go to a slightly darker blue as I get near the bottom. So I'm going to introduce just a little bit of that. Okay, Ronnie, this is odorless mineral spirits, and you buy this at the, as Lila said, the hardware store. Do not buy that stuff on Amazon in the little bottles that they sell to artists. It's just odorless mineral spirits. The name's not coming to me. Ronnie, it breaks down the oils in the pastels and it lets you blend it. It's a paint thinner is what it is. Gamasol, thank you. This stuff is advertised on Amazon as Gamasol. It's a teeny tiny bottle that they charge a lot of money for, and all it is odorless mineral spirits. All right. And what's happening right now that you're watching is I'm taking this stick of oil pastel, zoom in. Here, look at this. I'm taking this stick of pastel and I'm putting it on there. You see that? And then I'm taking the paint thinner and I'm spreading it over the paper. I'll do another one. That wasn't a good example because it was a lighter color. Here, watch this, Ronnie. Look. See that? It's just a stick of oil coloring pigmented oil pastel. And it comes out very thick. And when you put the mineral spirits on it, there's how it blends. See? And that's how you get your cool backgrounds. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, even though exactly, and yeah, I just dipped the tip of the applicator in, let me see how I can do this, in the thinner. I mean, just a teeny tiny, and I wipe off as much of it as I can. It does not take a lot of thinner at all. Right, you don't want too much solvent on the sponge. And a little goes a long way. In fact, sometimes my color gets so thin, I have to go ahead and just reapply a little bit more. And I'm not pressing hard at all. Now, I'm in a well-ventilated room right now. I've got my overhead fan on because I've got the solvent out and my door open to my studio. And what you should do is when you get this, if you get the oil pastels, Ronnie, yeah, do not use it near burning candles. No. See how I'm adding a little bit more on here? You were about ready to ask what, sweetie? And wash your hands after use, especially if you smoke. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that. That's not funny. Okay, Ronnie, look. The thing comes with a safety cap. I have to pry up this safety cap actually with my scissors. Oh, about ventilation? No, you just get a fan in the room and open the window. It's no different than if you were like painting a room with paint. Don't be afraid of this stuff. It's not, you know, you just got to take care of it like any, it's like taking, look, Ronnie, it's like when you're using nail polish remover, right? Acetone. You got to be careful with that, right? Okay. Zoom out. All right, everybody see how we got that really cool background? Now, again, I haven't re-dipped my sponge applicator because it's still spreading it beautifully. And then any of these little areas, I will fix that with a color pencil. Okay. Ah! My little tip came off. Ronnie, when are your grandkids moving out? Okay, now, and I'm just doing this out of habit with my brush. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of purple because purple and blue. Okay, Ronnie, yeah, I think you're being a little more concerned than you need be. Just keep your kids out of the room when you're using it, that's all. Use your fan, have your window open, whatever. Okay, everybody see now how I'm adding that little bit of purple. Yeah, that's probably what happened, Lila, is that Yeah, I'm not sure if they use a glue. Oh, yeah, maybe they do. Okay, so let's put a little purple down here. And if you notice that your stuff isn't blending anymore, then you just put a little more mineral oil on your sponge tip. Okay, let me get rid of that. New sponge tip. A little more splotch. Ronnie, I think you're being a little overcautious. Do you have nail polish remover around the house? Ronnie? Okay, Ronnie, this stuff is no different than nail polish remover. That's acetone. And that stuff is highly flammable, and that stuff has an odor to it. So, no difference. Make sense? ILene should have frames all over the house. Thank you, Maddie. Zoom out. I'm actually out all the way. All right, so we got a really cool background. Yeah, for the kids, store it out in your garage. For me, up in my studio, because I don't have kids around here, I store it in my studio. All right, so everybody see now how I added the purple to the, what, 3 shades of blue? Little darker blue on the bottom. All right. Thank you, Lila. So let me put my little pastels away. So that's my oil pastels by Pentel, Pentel. And this is how you make a gorgeous soft background with it. Okay. Now let me take a very light blue. Zoom in. Hi, Karen. Zoom in. So now I'm just taking my pencil and all those little areas now that I couldn't get the sponge tip applicator into. Yes, I use Krylon when using mineral spirits. I pre-sprayed with Krylon. That's right, I pre-spray and I post-spray. Yes, you can mix the two. I haven't had any problem with it, mixing it. I tested it. No problems with it. Or maybe that's why I'm so wonky. Oh my. Da, 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 dum. Well, I think what Ronnie was asking about though, Lila, is even though the Krylon is dry, the chemical is still in the paper. So you have your Krylon that you spray. And, you know, think of it this way, when you're using markers, that's chemical too, really. Yeah, wonky and quirky. I'm wonky. Yep, Lila's quirky. Yeah, see a couple stems I missed here. I'll take care of that later. Well, this turned into an interesting lesson today, didn't it? I'm so excited I get my router tomorrow. Zoom out. Don't know, Lila, if they would make Crayola pencils cover better. Probably. Zoom out. Is that not a drop-dead gorgeous background? Now, you probably can't see it, but I've got a little popcorn in between those flowers. So I will take my blender pencil and smooth that out. So tonight's discussion too is don't forget to use purple with your blue. Okay, now, oh wait, there's more. Oh man. All right. And Ronnie, what I would recommend for you is if you do decide to use your mineral oil, when you go to throw out your sponges and stuff, throw them out in a Ziploc bag and zip them and then zip it up. Zip it up and put everything in the trash. Hi, Dawn. Hold on. Oh, I do need color on the left-hand side. Thank you. Zoom in. Okay, zoom in. Zoom in. All right. Everybody see where I've got that little popcorn? And again, I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just showing you this. So where I had to color in with my pencil, you want to go ahead and get rid of that. Takes 2 seconds. Boom, gone. And let me go ahead and color in where I forgot with the blue. Thank you, guys. So I'm just using small little circles to catch those edges right near. Yeah, so now Melba Carter is coming up. And she's going to come in and tell us about acrylics and light sources and fun stuff like that. And I've got more surprises up my sleeve. Yep, and down in between the feathers, thank you. Who did we lose, Lila? Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, you lost me, but refresh your page. Okay. Yeah, and in between the bleeding heart flowers. Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple stems too. Oh, bleeding hearts are wonderful. I used to have them at one of my old houses right by the front door. I'm so delighted to be able to do this project for you guys. Oops, that was probably supposed to be green, but it's blue now. Oh well. All right, let's see. Zoom out. Zoom out. Pretty. Zoom out. Now, you can also use mineral spirits, guys, with your pencils. And dip your pencils into a little bit of mineral spirits and then put it on your page. But that's another discussion for another day. All right. Oh, there we go. A couple here. By your left hand in between the flowers. I think I caught it. And on the right. Now, also notice, guys, that you can take your pencils and in this area where I did my pastels, you can add swatches of color. Zoom in. Everybody see this? I want you to watch how I'm doing this. Everybody see that? I've got a very, very smooth background. And when I put the pencil down on it, on top of my oil pastel, my pencils come out very smooth as well. Excuse me. Purple. Oh, yep. Zoom out. So does everybody see now how this turquoise, this light blue, yeah, cobalt turquoise blue is coming out nicely on the page as well? So now I've got pastel and pencil working in concert with each other. And I'm coloring very, very lightly. But you see now by how adding this turquoise now is that's adding some darker spots. Not hard at all. By the right side of the bird. Between the leaf and the stalk. Oh, I see it. Good grief, Lila. How did you see that? Dang. You guys zooming in on me or what? Wanda says she feels better about her purple and blue clothing on her gnome picture. I was second guessing my decision. Oh my gosh. Purple and blue together? New motto. It's not hard, guys. That's right. This reminds me of the Northern Lights picture that I did for you. Wanda, purple and blue together are classic color combinations. And they look drop dead gorgeous. Now, when I'm putting this pencil on, I'm putting it on very, very lightly. That's amazing, Lila, that you saw that. Good night, Sandra. Sandra, I'm only going to be on for 10 more minutes. If you can hang out. Zoom in. Okay, now what I want to show you is I'm going to take a darker blue pencil, blue and green together. Yeah, Lila, that's amazing that you saw that. Oh, on a gnome, I think it would look cool. All right, everybody see in between the birds and the crown? Yep. Yeah, I only would have caught that when I went to do the bird. I love you guys. That's the kind of group that we have. Zoom in. I don't mind at all, Lila. I've got so many things that I'm watching and looking at in the screen and, you know, the whole bit. Hey, that's why I have you guys pick colors every once in a while. It's fun. Okay, so everybody see now is I'm popping in a little bit of a shadow. And what I'm doing is I'm coloring over the line. I'm coloring over the line of the piece. We've talked about that. And that creates my starting point for the shadow. And then I'm coming out just a tad. And by coloring over that line, guys, that's where you're getting that really nice blending of that shadow. That's why it's so important. Color over that line. That's right. You're all coloring this picture using my hand. That's right, Sandra. That's a good way to put it. So what's really making this effect work is coloring over that right-hand side line and coming down with the shadow. Oh, that Cinderella scrubbing the floor. Ruth did a beautiful tutorial on that. Da, 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 da. And the trick that makes this work, guys. Oh, it's from a Jade Summer book. Okay. Again, is going down that line. On top of it. With the blue. Because remember, a shadow is just a darker version of the color that the object is laying on. And in this case, because I'm doing a shadow, not an outline, is I'm just going to work on the right-hand side. With the one exception being that stem. And even these little teeny tiny flowers, you want to go ahead and do that little bit of an outline. That's all I'm doing, is outlining on top of the author's line in that blue. Purple between, yeah, the little flowers. Got it. Thank you. Much better. Now, notice here, we've got this thick black line right here on this one peacock feather. So by going over the top of it, I'm turning it blue, and then that's where we're getting our shadow. And for the most part, I'm just sticking to the right-hand side. Zoom out. Zoom out. Now, look at the difference between here and here. And then be sure that you get your little inside flowers here where the blue is. Or inside edges, excuse me. And if you need a little bit more shadow, pop it in there. All right. Thank you, Barbara Morgan. Hi. Zoom out. So let me get my work paper from behind there and bend this back just a little bit. There you go. And I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. Anybody have any questions on any of the methods that I used? I think we're coming out with a really fantastic piece. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it an evening. And I'll just plan on finishing the pictures blurry. That better? Zoom in. Okay, because I'm looking at it on my monitor and it's clear. Zoom out. So I will finish that tomorrow night. I think that'll be fun. And I'm so glad you guys enjoyed doing the background with me. You guys take care. I hope you learned something. And again, guys, tomorrow night, same time, same place. And we'll have some fun with this. All right, guys. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Hope everybody had a good time. Joyous, joyous coloring, guys. And please share this on your timeline. All right, guys. That's it. Good night. And as I always say, bye.